man, or you see a lantern man, and you say you are Hausa or you are Fulani, he will be angry. He may even throw his dagger. Don't call me Fulani. I'm not Fulani. I'm not Hausa. What we did not know until recently is that when you call a Fulani man Hausa, he will be angry. He will say Panzani, because he knows that I'm superior to Hausa. Can you say I'm Hausa? But before now, before Buhari came to establish his range over Nigeria, we lumped all of them together. We're northerners. And like I wrote some 4 years ago, there's no north. There's no north that we used to know. The north is dead. There's nothing called north anymore. So there's a food.
Welcome back to my channel. How are we all doing? We are here to do a quick reaction video on this particular program that this brother had with a northerner. And the man says something very, very interesting that I want to share with you. Maybe some of you have seen the video, of course, but here we are going to react on that because we cannot undermine the work of the Biafran government in Nigeria and Biafrans as a whole, because when you hear people talking about, oh, you guys are committing crime, you are committing this, you are doing this, you are doing that. Liberation is not a one-day job. Liberation is not something that you go underground. It is not something that you do with the propaganda or hideout. Hiding your face, hiding your identity will not give you anything like freedom. One thing that Nigerian government and their lovers are not understanding, they refuse to pay attention, is because because they don't want to accept the fact that Biafrans are actually liberating other ethnic groups. Do you understand it? We have seen a video of a northerners sending their well wishers and messages to PM and to Biafran government in Israel. They have done that to Nnamdi Kanu. I remember when Nnamdi Kanu was having a program of question and answer, people from the northern part called him, of course, to thank him for eye-opening, for opening their eyes that they can now understand where the problem comes from. Here is the northerners telling an Hausa man telling you that in the north today, you cannot tell anybody that you're a northerner. They don't appreciate the word northerners anymore, because the message is penetrating to liberate them, not to cause any problem. Don't get me wrong. Biafrans are not causing problem like some people portray it to be. It's not about causing problem. It's about you knowing who you are, standing on the truth and defend yourself. The agendas of the Fulanis are not hidden. People who claim not to see it before, they are not seeing it. And how myopic that these Fulanis are, they choose not to understand that there will be a time when people will start paying attention to the activities and their mindset. Here, this man, he said it the way it is, even though a lot of work are yet to be done, but it is a gradual process. Here it is.
Now standing on his own. It's standing on its own. There's no more north. If they try any war today, oh God of mercy, the kind of cohesion you had in the army, the military in 1966 will never happen again in this country, if there is a country at all. You will not find a Hausa soldier now, an Igbo soldier going to Enugu to kill a fellow. You will not even find an Igbo soldier coming to Ibadan to kill a Yoruba man, or a Yoruba soldier going to Enugu to kill an Igbo man. It will not happen.
For those of them claiming that Yorubas and Igbos are fighting and blah blah blah, it's just that the time is not yet here. Once the time starts, the real Yorubas will know what to do. That Oduduwa land need to be protected, and Igbos are always ready to give support. I don't know about the Yorubas if they're ready to give Igbo support, because to be honest with you, personally, I don't trust them. Why? Because of the past incident. Does it mean that all of them are betrayers? No. Does it mean that all of them hate Igbos? No. But those of them that are piloting the affairs of their nation, of course, Yoruba land, are neither here nor there. You can't trust them. So therefore, when I say that I don't trust them, I don't mean that all Yorubas are bad. What I'm trying to say is that those on the helm of the affairs cannot be trusted. You can't trust them, because they may turn around and deal with you like they have done in the past. But here is not. I'm not here to preach violence. I'm not here to call for war or hatred. I'm trying to say that every ethnic group that made up Nigeria today are now shining their eyes, even though there are some of them that are benefiting from it are still doing one or two things just to make it look like everything is workable. But the truth is that it is not, and we cannot deny that. Now let's continue.
Again, so the Lantan people, the Benue people will never ever allow allow themselves to be used by any Fulani mischief maker.
So if I'm getting you right, your argument is that the Fulani hegemony has been broken.
Dead.
If the Fulani hegemony has been broken,
yes,
does it mean that the social structure of Nigeria is about to witness a very hard hit that will lead to a new Nigeria?
Yes, for those who agree with to the extent of the fact that there are still some people who want a Nigeria, a group that I don't belong to. But for such people,
that there are some people that still want a new Nigerian, a group that he don't belong to. You know, when you hear people from Ego Branch DOS and their group who are still eyeing Nigerian politics, they want to do that. That's what I like. My belief is that DNA you need to be carried out in our land. Okay, and that does not mean that some Igbos may not want to be in Nigerian. They do. It is normal. It's a natural phenomenon that you don't. Everybody must not support one thing, but we need to always filter and fish them out to know where they belong and give them, their own respect. I'm not saying you should feed them out and kill anybody. I don't preach for violence, God forbid, but I cannot kill myself on the process of not for me to prove that I'm not violence. No. I cannot sacrifice myself for you to understand that I'm not violence. No, that one is not possible. This man himself said that he don't support a group that he don't support. He understands that some people are still one Nigeria. He understands that people are still want to continue with this mess, but that is a group that he don't belong to. Let's continue.
Oh yes, with the weakening of Fulani hegemony, there could be a Nigeria that will integrate the Super Fulanis, the tough Fulanis, and still reconstruct, rebuild, and then have a Nigeria that should be. But I, as a person, as Toladini, believe that it will take probably 1,000 years to change the mindset of a Fulani person whose philosophy is kill, maim, rape, send away people from their land, and let me occupy it.
That is the bush Fulani.
It's the bush Fulani.
Not the town Fulani.
Not the town Fulani.
And the town Fulani is more in number.
No! The town Fulani is less than 1%.
How did you get that figure?
Oh, go and find out. Let them allow a sense. Who are the town Fulani? There are very few. The ones who have in Abuja, or the few that dot spaces in Sokoto. I'm sure that that Sokoto, as we speak, is not a Fulani town.
Is it not?
No, that's the mistake we make. Samfara is not a Fulani town. There are more houses in Samfara than Fulani. There are more houses in Kanu than Fulani.
But the Fulani govern.
They are in town. They are in charge.
Yes, so it's their town.
Yes. By subterfuge, by cunning, by crookedness, by all sorts of gimmickry.
Or by integration.
Not integration, by intimidation. And I said they are politically savvy. What they did to the rest of Nigeria, when they realized that the Fulani in the military, they could no longer use the military to retain power indefinitely. Since they had power, they had access to the treasury, they say, oh yes, Edmond is from the east or wherever. Brilliant man, he may likely oppose us.
Now, the question should be, who is making this possible? That every ethnic group are now paying attention to understand the agenda and the purpose and the activities of Fulani, because they have been doing this for years. Why now? Why now? And the few people that are still in support of this kind of nonsense are those that are either they are myopic or their brother or sisters are still in the power, benefiting one thing, bringing it back home for them, or those who are confused in nature. And it is normal, like I always say, but you that is aware of what is happening, are you going to succumb to the preaching, the propaganda, or you are going to carry out what you know that is the real thing to do to save life, to save properties, to make Africans proud? Because Fulanis, their own is to just like spreading negativity to across the board, conquering the northern houses, conquer the middle belt, hoping to conquer east. Of course, the west, they are working there, and these are just minority people, very, very, very few of them. But Biafra land is a no-go area. That is the mistake they made. If they are smart enough, they wouldn't have tried to stake their foot on Biafra land. They should have focused on those other ones that allow them to do what they're doing. But now, as long as they have tested or tried to invade Biafra land, you see those ones they claim they have conquered before, they are going to lose those ones. It's a matter of time. With what is going on now, they are going to lose it.
Contest with us and rival us. Let's make him an ambassador. Let's give him a wild block. Let's make him a billionaire. The bad block is mouth. Let's get an Abiola. Make him a billionaire. Let's get this. Let's get that. And make them big. They will never be up. When we are in control of the treasury, we are in control of everywhere. So we can hire talks. We can do whatever we would like. And that is why they introduced what I call plutocracy into Nigerian political etymology. Plutocracy, meaning plutocracy is the government of the rich. Yeah. Oligarchy is the government of the muscle men. So the rich man will employ the muscle men and they will be ruling. So you have the rich men who will employ thugs in Lagos, who will snatch boxes, who will prevent Igbos from voting, and then they will now have the government. That's why they have the plutocracy. But the plutocrats will still be ruling, and the oligarchs will still be their foot soldiers.
You know, you've always talked about how
this man just gave a very, very, very perfect definition of this Nigerian system of government. The rich using the talks to advance their leadership and their political career, like Asad Dobo today. What did Asad Dobo study in the school? Is he a journalist? Is Asad Dobo an army, a military man, a retired police officer? Nothing whatsoever. Talks. Tompolo. What is his job? Shika one day, his group from northern part. What is their job? These are people that everybody knows their career, how they make their money, what they represent. But guess what? They are more closer to the government than anybody. I'm not here to talk about the betterment of Nigeria. I don't give a damn. Because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to let you know that people are not paying attention because of the work of Biafran government in exile. Okay? Because the Biafran government in exile, under the leadership of Mazi Simon Ekpa, Obatobie, I prefer to call him not even Obatobie. One of his names that I love so much is Mediyago. I love that name so much. He is the one making things to happen, making things to be the way it should be. Do you know, if not PM, maybe I'll make a separate video on this. Because if not PM, to be honest with you, by now, for you to say I am Igbo, it would be like, you would be like somebody who's maybe, what is the worst insult or disgrace that anybody can get? I mean, you will never be proud of your identity any longer, because people will be throwing poo and pee on you. You can't even walk on the street, because the plan and agenda of these people after kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not to make you to succumb, like the DOS and people that were working with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, making Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to believe that he has people around him. Those ones, the intention is not the Fulanis and Buhari's group. Okay, their intention was just to make sure that everything that has to do with Igbo people will be back to ground zero. You hear with this man telling you how Buhari, uplift Fulani to the extent that even in the north, they are the all in all. Is that if you tell them they are northerners, they felt embarrassed. That if you tell them, if you say Hausa Fulani, that they are Hausa, they see Hausa as a curse name, as an insult to them, that there is more superior than Hausa people. You see the mentality, and who planted that kind of mentality on them is Buhari's regime. 8 years is not 8 days. He took his time to create this, division and hatred and everything. Speaking from the angle of Nigeria, but Buhari regime somehow advanced the Biafran cause and made Biafran, freedom to be the way it is today. Buhari really helped in many things. He helped Biafrans a lot in terms of our freedom. Yes, it's painful, but he's eager to, his zeal and strength to, readiness to destroy Igbo land and put Igbo, to ground zero actually gave us a lot of loophole to see more why we need to fight for our freedom.
Fulani money.
Yes, yes.
But you also have savvy politicians in the South.
They never had power.
They are beginning to have power.
Oh, yes, now.
So they've learned.
No, the power they have is still a few of them. That you can count those who have power on your fingertips. The fact that you have governors, I'm sure you're not referring to having APC governors who are Southerners or PDP governors or Southerners.
Yes, that's what I'm referring to. Is that not political power?
When you are a governor and you cannot give order to your chief security officer, you cannot command a commissioner of police in your state. You are a governor, you cannot pay your judges. You know judges are being paid in Abuja. You know now that the salary of NTA staff, Nigerian Television Authority staff, all over Nigeria, their salaries are being paid straight from Abuja. You are a director of NTA in Enugu or NTA in Abeokuta. You cannot pay this. You cannot pay the salary of your staff from your office. Which part do they have? That they have to go to Abuja every month to collect dues to pay their salaries. So when we say some of them have power, you have some who have occupied position of power, but they are still just in office. It's only a few of them that are now trying to assert themselves to return, because now they've been pushed to that level by their people. Look at the case of Amateku now. God save the soul of any Yoruba governor that will probably go to the street and say, I don't support Amateku. He knows that his parents will be killed. He knows. No Yoruba governor will publicly say, I don't support Amateku.
Now, before we round off, there is the Fulani question.
Do you understand that? Amateku is just like Ebubago, but the difference is that Ebubago is being used by, the chief thug or chief thugger himself, Obosodema. That one is different. But Amateku is government security agent, which will never ever work in favor of the people, but in favor of the government. I don't want to talk about Amateku because that is for Yoruba people. I don't need to dwell much on that. It's totally different from what we are discussing. But the truth is that what this man is saying here is the truth, because you're a governor who is not paying the salary of NTA in his state. Simply means that you are not the NTA. They are working in favor of federal government against the state. But are we to talk about it? No, because we are actually waiting for December 2nd, which have made everything claim, those things that claim that they are unshakable, they are not shaking. They are not shaking because it is time for liberation, time for freedom, time for advancement, time for total independence of Biafrans.
Yes, there is the Igbo question.
Yes.
And there is the Yoruba
question. Yes.
We have been discussing the Fulani question.
Yes, sir.
I think this man is a Yoruba man, not a Northerner, but he knows a lot about the North. I think because I just realized his dressing code and everything. His attire. The man. I think he's a Yoruba person, to be honest.
Resolve this question. We'll go our ways, right?
Yes, certainly.
But we can answer this question and build a one Nigeria that you don't want.
It is possible. Nothing is impossible, but it is difficult. Difficult in the sense is that
his name is Chief Tola Adenyi. Okay, there is a Yoruba person. You cannot establish that.
By character, by pedigree, by culture, by level of civilization, we have one leg amongst these legs that believes in domination, that believes that others are inferior, they are infidels, and their own concept of their own religion tells them that these infidels have no right to live, to exist.
Their belief can be changed if they are engaged. Hitler had that belief.
Hitler wasn't a spiritual or faith. It's just a belief. We are not talking about faith. Faith is very emotional. Faith is very fundamental. Those who believe in God, it's very difficult to stop them from believing in God.
Despite this belief, we've been together since 1960.
I know. They had power, and the rest of the country allowed them to continue in the hope that it will change. But when you now had the great poverty in the north, you now had all these Amatrians, I have all these insurgents and all those, built up, that people now begin to say no.
That will create the change.
It might. I'm not saying it is impossible. I only say it's difficult. It's possible that the 4 million or thereabout Fulani who are for them to have a change of heart. It is possible. That's not impossible.
My dear, it is impossible because those Fulani in Abuja that you yourself have said here, they are the one financing those who claim that Fulani is in the bush. They are not different. The only difference between them is that these ones are very close. They are in charge of government posts to finance those in the bush to carry out one ideology, which is to grab and take land by fire by force. They are all the same. So I don't need to start, telling you about other things, evidence to tell you, to prove to you that those who created those insecurities for those Fulanis in the bush are actually those in the north. Actually, those in Abuja, those who are in government, like vice president of Nigeria today, and the rest of them. There's a lot of evidence, videos, evidence, and proofs, which I may not have time to share with you on this video. Okay, so like you can see here, this is for the trend. This is a Nigerian newspaper. Governor Shetima created and funded Boko Haram, not me, Mudu Sharif said. This is a post, a newspaper headline, August 25th, 2016. Okay, 2016. This is a Nigerian newspaper, and Governor Shetima you are talking about is current Nigerian vice president, and his fellow northerner brother is telling you that he is the one that created Boko Haram and funded them. He funded them to be what they are today, and the same man is in now, instead of Nigerian government to try him or check on him and to find out what, if that is true, because Nigeria don't have any intelligence unit at all. To even if they have, those intelligence units are being controlled from the same ethnic group. So you can see the rotten system that everybody is claiming that is a country. Anyway, I don't want to say much about it. Like I said, I don't have time. This is not to expose vice president. This is just to highlight to you what this man said, that it is true, to prove to you that everything, creation of insecurity and all these things, those Fulanis in the bush, those in the Abuja, they are all the same thing. All right. So this video is not about any calling for war or hatred. What I'm trying to tell you is also for you to see the reason why everyone need to work together and make sure that Nigerians separate, so that everybody will live and let live, so that we can save life and properties, so that we can be like European countries, like Americans, like all that, like in Asians. You don't need to be in one country, killing each other, fighting religious war, fighting this, and taking life for no reason. It doesn't make any sense. Africa need to prosper. Africa need to be peaceful, because once we live in peace, the progress of Africa, the progress of everything that lives in that continent will be there. We will be assured. Anyway, thank you so much for your time, and please don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new, share the video, and tell us what you think about what you have discussed. God bless you all, and bye bye for now. Take care.